Hello, welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. This is a special afternoon stream for me anyway. It's 3 p.m. here on the East Coast, and I'm going to be doing a 2-hour stream. The reasons for this are twofold. One, well, on Thursday I only did an hour, so I wanted to do an extra long stream to make up for that because that's a bummer. I like to do an hour and a half, but only could do an hour on Thursday. And two, well, I have plans tonight, so couldn't do my normal Saturday evening stream. So I'm doing an afternoon stream to make up for that because I still wanted to do one. I just can't do it tonight. I have plans. One Christmas holiday party I decided I was definitely going to go to, and that happens to be tonight. So change the plans. It's snowing outside here for me. It's snowing for some of you as well, I'm sure. I want to thank you for joining me. We only got a few people here in the chat. But I'm going to throw the Bear Cave emote up there anyway. Waffles is in there. Hello, Waffles. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it very much. So we'll wait a couple minutes to see if anybody turns up. Not really sure. Thank you, Beard Duder. I've thrown a Bear Cave emote there. Johnny Warps, hello and welcome. So we got only a few people watching right now, but those are active chatters. Hi, Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob, I'm going to go main. We're going to look at this here. We're not starting yet. I'm going to see if maybe a couple more people show up. But right now, before we start building, let's look at this table. I got this big table build space. Look at this. I got this is the almost totally completed Wing Gundam real grade that's here on this big old table that was bought off my Amazon wish list by one Mr. Bob. Thank you very much for that. Oh, we got another person joining us there. Yeah, so this will probably be a pretty laid back one. I'm going to be tweeting kind of as we go. I built this off screen, decided I was going to finish this gun up. But yeah, hi and hello to everybody for this 2-hour stream. What are we going to do today? Well, we are going to finish this Wing Gundam real grade. We're going to start and finish this Solgaleo, which is the first Pokemon kit I've ever done. And then we've got this GM Sniper 2, which is the first within the Gundam universe non-Gundam build. So we got a lot of firsts right now. But we'll go back. We're going to finish up this real grade. Got a big old comment there. Stop by and say hello. Heading out to see the Nutcracker. Well, thank you very much for watching the archive later, Beard Duder. Yeah, Waffles, this table demands a real grade, master grade kit, or a perfect grade kit, really. These tiny real grade kits get swallowed up by this big old table, which is awesome because I have room for like my sheets on the same surface that I'm building on, which is pretty great. But yeah, Beard Duder, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this is a 2-hour stream, right? It's going to be archived. It'll be up on later tonight for my Patreon backers and up on Monday. Hey, if you happen to be a Patreon backer and you're watching this in enough time, on Sunday I'm going to record a Q&A that I will post just for my Patreon supporters. Yeah, I'm sticking with Patreon right now. We'll talk about it more as we go. But man, I'm going to stick with it. Right now, none of my backers. On the 18th, I'll know if my backers start dropping. Right now, everyone's still supporting me, and I'm kind of waiting to see if the people that I support move to another site or not. I assume people will move on to some other crowdfunding site. Not Will Smith is hosting. Thank you, Will. I know you're not watching, but thank you. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know like what I'm gonna do. Right now, I'm sticking with Patreon. The people I support, I want to continue supporting. It's as a creator, they already processed my money, and to process it again is kind of a bummer. But like, I'm trying to be positive about it, but I am pretty bummed because they had a good thing going. I had a good thing going, and so it's a shame that they are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I don't care how much money they raised with VCs. This is not how you turn a profit. Streamline your business, I guess. This is a great way to drive people away. It's just a bum. Speaking of snow, we just got some in Austin of all places. Waffles is already commenting on that. Yeah, so the weird thing is, due to our current weather systems, I don't know a good time. Like, I love New York in December, but this is the first snowfall we've had, and I don't know how much more we're going to have because of global warming and all that, and yeah, climate change in general. I'm not really sure when the East Coast is going to see snow. Like, January is usually a no-brainer, but it might be February. February might be the best time to come and see the snowfall on the East Coast. I know in the Midwest, it's been happening. It's a thing. Um, but yeah, on the East Coast right now, my guess is probably let's get some thing going there. Probably your best bet is I don't know February. That's when the snow is probably going to come. But that could all change, obviously. Um, I knew this snowstorm was coming, but I also thought it might blow over because you never know. Oh, we're almost done with this sheet. Our first sheet done here on this build. So we'll just clean it up a little bit. Because we got our Hero Yui Tiny Fig is the only thing left. We'll pop Hero off right now. This kit is almost done. Yeah, I couldn't unfortunately finish it on Thursday. I thought I was going to be able to get it all done on Thursday, but if I had that extra half hour, I certainly would have been able to. But yeah, that's the end of E. E is done. Toss that over in the corner of my bedroom. Clean it up later. Yeah, you got some snow today, Waffles, in Chicago. I figured if we got it, you certainly got it. And then, yeah, Texas got snow. Louisiana has some snow. I saw on Twitter a video of a person being pretty damn excited about having some snowfall, which I understand, especially if you don't normally get it. All right. So yeah, so we're building up our weapon here. You know this is a Wing Gundam and not the Wing Gundam Proto because it only has one gun. The prototype Wing Zero has two guns. That's just a little fun thing for y'all to know. And then we'll put some of these here, these energy cartridges for the gun, which is a cool touch that they make them separate. And I got a ton of these here, these energy cartridges. Yeah, the South is sometimes a very fun thing where, like, you know, obviously the snow is bad for commuters or travelers in this kind of weather conditions because people don't know how to drive in the snow. I mean, also in fucking everywhere, people don't know how to drive in the goddamn snow, but it certainly is the case um, in parts of the country in the South that people are just very confused about snow, and there aren't plows. There's maybe sand, but there aren't like plows out there. So, all right, so I got to snap in these. I'm snapping in these cartridges. I don't have much of a clear directive how to do that, so I'm doing my best here. I like that these are removable, that you could swap them out in your play. If I was to play with these, I would be able to snap them in and out, and that's kind of cool to redo them, recharge them. All right, and see here. Okay, good. Got them in. So I got our charges in, our cartridges. I apologize. I'm going to have to get used to having this main camera be at a different angle than I'm used to. So there. Uh, so I don't unfortunately do any painting or I don't do any paint. I don't do any markers. I do some sticker application very rarely. The Solgaleo that we're going to do next has a lot of stickers and a lot of the detailing in it is all stickers. So I am going to do plenty of that. So don't worry about that. I'll do that for that. But for these kits, I usually just kind of let them be. as is. I'm more about the building than I am about the finishing touches. I don't really have a good eye for paint. Um, and I got these big dumb clubs, so fine detail work is not my strong suit. I wish it was. I'd be rad if I was better at painting, but unfortunately I'm not. Um, so yeah, I leave that to the pros. I'm more about the process of building and figuring out a kit and being satisfied with how it looks at the end of the process as is. All right, so we'll put that aside for now. Uh, yeah, I'm not great with stickers. Happy snow day to you, John Robert. Thanks for jumping in. Uh, a little bit of snow is great. Hey, a little bit of snow is better than no snow. So the thing with New York is, especially in Manhattan, um, uh, especially with the way it works in Manhattan is obviously we have the subway in a lot of places. So in a lot of parts of the city, the snow melts as soon as it touches the ground and becomes gross, like immediately. So it's good and bad. You know what I mean? Like there's some good parts to it, but there's also plenty of parts that are awful and I hate it. Um, and becomes slush and gross. So the snow's great when it's coming down, and then it almost instantly becomes really annoying. All right, so then we're gonna need F11, which is these here. So we're building containers for the extra energy cartridges that would be deployed when necessary for the main gun on this Gundam. So we're just doing that real quick. I apologize if you hear any construction noises while we're streaming, um, because I was told that my the work done on the apartment below me, which is where my landlord lives, in this house, would not be happening today, and apparently, it is happening today, which is really annoying. So yeah, so that's happening. I wish it wasn't. It'd be real cool if it wasn't happening, but it is, so got to deal with it. All right, so we're getting these energy cartridges. Yeah, in New York, snow turns gross real quick. It's a big bummer. Um, it would be awesome if it didn't, but yeah, it gets really really kind of disgusting really fast. Um, all right, so that goes in there, and that goes in there. We're doing two of these, so I'm kind of doing them at the same time to kind of get the feel for it. Um, there. Goes like that. Just trying to get this lined up right. Pop in the chat here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you, Westbrook, I'm glad you got some markers. That's rad. Good luck with that. With doing that. Yeah, I mean, I can always go. It's something I've been thinking about maybe getting back into or giving it a shot again. I just was very bad at it. And so I haven't really approached it again. It's definitely something to think about. All right, I'm trying to get these to line up right. I don't seem to want to. Could be any number of things. It'll be a lot faster on my second one, right? This is the one where I'm kind of struggling and figuring it out, and then I'll figure it out and be a real pro when it comes to the next one. Isn't that always the way with these, right? I gotta remember where my overhead is. Yeah, so I got this new table. Very excited about having more build space. Yeah, we'll get going on this. We got a few more things. We're gonna finish these energy cartridges up. We're going to build our shield. We'll put it together. We'll transform it into the jet mode so we can take a look at how that looks, and then we'll move on to our next kit. Is this it? Sorry, it's taking a second here. I'm trying to figure out why this doesn't want to snap together the way I want it to. Huh. Oh, Hello, how's it going, Tonya? Yes, hello. Get back to that BSO building. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, yeah, good luck with the rest of that. I hope you got all the pieces you need. All right, so this is being weird, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna take a second to figure this out. Flatter surface there. This goes in like this. It's that surface. That's that surface. Okay. That's right, like this. Two prongs on the top, one prong on the bottom. See if we can figure out why this is not doing what we want it to do. Try to get this going. Isn't that always the way? All right, that's in. And then this side, let's see, if there's any, markers that goes like this. All right, that works, great. So we'll do the other one right now while the momentum is good and I had figured out what I had to do. We'll just do the other one there. Go on, you had to buy a power supply because the one from your old rig doesn't work in the PSU. Was in the deli was missing components. It's modular. I couldn't find the box. Oh man, that's rough. Ugh. PC building is the worst. I love it. I miss it. I have some components to upgrade my current PC on my Amazon wish list, which is like, long term, right? Long term stuff. Eventually, I would like to be able to upgrade that and use that instead of my laptop. My laptop right now I stream with, and it's great. And I had a ball. I mean, it was 6 years ago that I built my current desktop, and I had a great time doing it. But man, I don't know. I don't miss it. And also the pressure of building a PC on stream. Oof. I don't envy you on that. I mean, that's something I'll, like I said, if people want to support me and buy something on my Amazon wish list and buy the components I put up there, I put some of them up. Eventually, throughout the course of the next year, I'm going to upgrading that because I'd rather actually stream off that than stream off this. I like my laptop a lot, but I'd rather stream off that and then just have my laptop be in the corner. But yeah. Yeah, Johnny Warps. I mean, like that's kind of what I would like to do is I'd like to have my laptop be just for like research while I'm doing this stuff and while I'm chatting with all of you. And then, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Whoa, that was a bad one. Apologies. That came out of nowhere. So sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, like streaming is certainly a thing that I would like to do. I'd like to do some game streams, play some Hearthstone, play some PUBG, but definitely couldn't do that here on this laptop that I have here. So that would have to be on my streaming PC, which right now doesn't stream. It just hangs out. Looks like we got an extra one of these cartridges, which is cool. They're very. I always say that. One of the things I really like about Gundam kits and Bandai Gundam kits is that they do supply a few things with a few extras here and there. Not all the time, but enough, and I appreciate that. Because something like this would be, could fall off somewhere. And that would be a bummer. All right, so we're gonna build our shield next. I'm just putting these cartridges in there, these energy cartridges. The first boot is, it's either a victory when it comes to building a new PC or a what went wrong? What one of many things went wrong? Because it could be anything. Such a nightmare that it really could be any number of things, and then try to figure out what you can do to test it and which it could be and what you need and all that. And then you think you have everything, and then just something's just not booting. All right, so I'm going to put these energy pods aside along with our gun. We'll put them in the front there. Literally every time you've had a new PC not boot, it's been the RAM. Yeah, sometimes you just get bad RAM. It's a nightmare. Oh, the worst. You're thinking you're like, oh, this is all set. Everything's groovy with this. Everything's great. I can't wait to build. Oh, what? No? Oh, okay. Cool. It doesn't want to work? Great. I'm out. Okay, good. All right, so we got our shield piece here, and then we're looking at some F pieces and a G piece. So yeah, so this shield is a dual purpose. It is for when he's in a robot mode, the Gundam mode. It is there to shield from damage, and then when it transforms into a jet, it is the cockpit area, so that it can fly, I guess, more aerodynamically and look maybe just like, oh, that's just a fancy jet. It's not a Gundam. Don't worry about it. Which I don't think it really fools anyone. It probably travels. It probably moves faster than a Gundam would, just with rockets and all that. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling on that one. I lost the plot a little bit there for a second, thinking about the logistics of Gundams, which is I think a fool's errand. Yeah, so we're working on the shield right now, and then we will put it all together. We'll build the last of our hands that we haven't built yet. There's a bunch of this. That's the thing with the real grade. I'll say that real grade comes with a lot of hands. You forget to switch the PSU on, Waffles. That's a bad. Yeah, that's a mistake, Waffles. That is a user error. You bought a pre-built PC in 2013 that could crash in because Ace had RAM sticks, 2 different batches, and they didn't get along. Yep. The RAM kind of works, things get going, and then random blue screens. Yeah, so I've only built like 2 or 3 computers. Right now I'm streaming on a gaming laptop from Alienware that I got a very good deal on. But the main reason I got it is because I travel a lot, obviously. And one of the things I wanted to do while traveling so much was, wait, 31. Look at this here. Just don't. Sorry, folks. Showing me different things on the inside of this one, so I'm just kind of double checking here. Yeah, I mean one of the things that I wanted a native HDMI out because I travel so much and do live shows that require me to show video and have that video like always work. Instead of some places just hate certain adapters where other places love them. So I ended up getting a native HDMI out laptop because that just seems to work everywhere. And I have had no problems with this laptop working at any venue, which is awesome. Because I always have I have backups on backups on backups, but you never know, right? It's always better to know what's going on and be prepared. Like my PowerPoints are always like on everything. I can run off my phone. I've got a million adapters as well in case the native part doesn't work and natively doesn't want to go out, and I have to use an adapter. Like I overcompensate a lot for that stuff. And they always have it on USB that I know works on both Macs and PCs, so that if I really had to, I could run it off another computer. Like I go all in when it comes to that stuff. Always want to make sure that I am well prepared. All right, and then we're gonna snap this on here. I'll jump back in the chat, see what you're all saying. Yeah, I mean, look, I didn't have to build my own gaming laptop, right? It's like, could I have saved some money? Sure. Is it the most powerful thing in the world? No. Do I even really play games on it? Not really. I mean, sometimes if I've got my laptop out, I'll play like Hearthstone. I've played PUBG on it pretty well. If I have a wired connection, it's been fine. But most part, streaming is what I kind of use this laptop for. I don't even use the built-in camera, but when I travel, I probably will. But because to me, the idea of having this setup, I should say, not setup being completely and totally portable was really appealing to me. Like, when I did this in Philly, I'm going to do this when I go to South Carolina to visit my folks at Christmas time. Um, it's awesome to know that I can, throw a few things in a bag and bring it with me, and then boom, I can stream. It's been really nice because I would hate to miss at least a stream during the holidays, because I know some people, they don't celebrate holidays. They're not looking for that, and to them, this time of year is just like when a bunch of the things they like to watch don't happen. So I try to be aware of that. Uh, and yeah, if I can stream, I'm gonna stream. So that's Saturday. What is it? Let me look at. Well, no, that's not what I wanted. Hold on one second. The 23rd of December, I'm gonna stream. Uh, right? Because I think like that's a date where a bunch of people could use some content, right? Like it's not their thing. It's like either due to just circumstance or whatever. It's not when they would, prefer to watch something. So I can do that. I'll have my setup ready to do that. So I will be able to stream from South Carolina. Fingers crossed. There's always a chance it won't work, but I think it will. So I'm going to do it if I can. All right. So we're building more hands. We're going to go into B, which down here, and we're going to finally knock off the rest of these, the kind of the nicer hands, the ones that are more skeletal, like the rest of this kit. And since this is my second real grade, I know how this works. First one, I stared at these hands for a little while. Couldn't figure them out. Working with my snipper clips as always. A good clip is essential for this kind of work. Already lost a finger on this kit. Finger just came off here. So we'll see if we can get that back on. I'm not even going to use these hands, so it kind of doesn't matter. I'll figure that out later. Finger fell off. I don't care. But yeah, we're going to take these hands off here, and then we'll finish up this piece. And we'll attach what we need to attach to it. Hey Pat, would have been here sooner, but Xbox Live was having issues, and the Twitch app was working. Harold, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Look, Ronald, my parents retired to South Carolina. We're not from there. I have no problem with South Carolina. I don't love that I have to fly there. I wish my parents hadn't retired to South Carolina because it is far away from New York, and I have to fly to see them. But I'm not pro or con in general that the whole area. You know what I mean? Just like whatever. I'm kind of whatever. All right, so we'll put those hands over in there. I don't even want to build these hands. And then these would snap on there if we were going to do this, which we're not. We're not going to build the hands. We built a lot of hands. I'll leave that for another time. And we could toss that sheet over in the corner. Clean that up later. Yeah, all that's left on this sheet is just more hand plates for the various hands that we could build if we were going to build all these different colored hands here. A lot of different styles for this. Which everyone I know has grown up either Carolina has been miserable there. I mean, it's beautiful. I love Robo. So this is the Wing Gundam from Gundam Wing. This is the first Gundam you see in the show, or this is the main character, Hiro Yui's Gundam. Transforms. This is the real grade kit, which is in between the high grade and the master grade. So yeah, we could make. Well, let's make one hand. Let's make the hands that hold energy weapons. Let's do that. We'll do that. I don't want to spend too much time building hands, but I at least want to put together one of these energy weapons. So we'll do that. I want to do at least one of these, and we'll take one of these here. All right, so this goes like this. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Kit section of the kit here is building the various hands. I kind of like that about this real grade, that it comes with so many different choices for the hands. That's kind of cool. Pretty neat. All right, and then let's finish this up here. And we've just got a few more little touches left. And we'll be able to put this on here. Pop that off. Pop this on. And booyah. Now we got a beam sword right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, there are major cities in the South that are beautiful and cool. I'm getting a text from my landlord that the hallways are wet from paint, which, yes. Which is, yes, they are. All right, so we got a beam weapon here. One of the cool things about this kit is that the other beam is that you can hold it there or you can store it. Put this here. And put this there. It's pretty cool that you can hold this here like this, or it also can store in the shield, which is a cool thing. And then let's see what's left with this. Okay, all that's left is there's also, you can build the same hand to hold the gun. I guess we'll build a hand to hold that gun, because why not? We'll just put those there. Almost done here with this kit. Just gotta do. We'll build the hand that holds the weapon, and then we'll build. Then we'll put it together in the jet mode, and then we will finish. That'll be the end of it. See what's going on in chat here. Yeah, I mean, so my relationship with South Carolina is that's where my parents live. They live in a small city outside of a big city. They were tired. They love the weather. They were tired of shoveling snow. They're older folks, and they were tired of snowfall and looking for a change. And they love it. They love the area. They love their neighborhood. They love some of the people that they live right near. And the slow style living, they appreciate it. And then they make do with some of the backwards vibes and thinking. They're Democrats like I am, and it's not the best place to be a Democrat by far, particularly their city. And they do the best they can, especially to find like-minded people so that you don't go off your rocker, so you don't feel so alone. All right, so I'm going to sneeze again. Apologize. Here we go. No. So here we go. All right, so we've got our beam weapon, we've got our beam sword, we've got our beam gun. We are going to combine things, and we're going to turn this into a jet, quote unquote. So we'll do that. So basically, what happens is we'll disengage this weapon. We'll disengage this weapon. We'll just leave that arm intact as it is. We'll put a different hand on the other one here. We'll put that hand on there. And we'll put this fist on here. Then we will take this hand off the gun here. Did that. It's actually kind of annoying to take off, but it came off. So we'll put that there. Let's see, Charlotte cancel. Yes, that is very true, Rome. All right, so how we do this is we take pods. All right, so we've got to this quick little this transformation doesn't take too long to do, but it is pretty cool when it's done. It's pretty straightforward. You drop the wings down lower, turn the legs. The legs, you can only do so much with the legs to make it look cool, to make it look like a jet. You just fold them down. That's really all you can do with them. Put the wings out, like that. Open this up. Like all real grades, apparently the shoulders don't like to stay on. That's apparently not unique to this one. It is like many of these kits. So this pops out. This connects here to that. That. And then this snaps on here. I haven't done this before, so I am kind of going a little blind into how this works. But I think I'm hitting it right. Something fell off, but otherwise, this is pretty much how it's supposed to go. And then, yeah. And then you just put these chamber things look like pods, and they snap on somehow. Just looking real quick how that works. I think it's like this. Guess these snap on, but I don't really know how they do that. So I'm just going to leave it like this. But basically, it somehow is suddenly supposed to be more like a jet, but obviously doesn't really look like a plane, the shield and all that. So it's cool, but it doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do. I'll put this down here so you can see it like this. But yeah, it's supposed to eventually look more like a plane when it does this, and it doesn't. Don't worry about it. You know what? Don't even worry about it. I still think it's really cool. So I'm going to transform it back. But yeah, so that's it. That is our real grade Wing Gundam kit. It's a good looking kit. I'm going to take a photo of it right now, laying down here on the booklet so that I have photo of it. And then we'll move on to our Solgaleo, which won't take too long, but we're going to do on stream. So yeah, so let me just take a photo of this. All its weaponry, shielding, and all that. But yeah, so that was a fun little kit. There's a good kit of Vic Viper from Zone Enders. I'm sure there's a Zone Enders kit. I can't tell you if it's good or not. I'm sure it exists. But yeah, I wouldn't know if it's a quality kit or not. Yeah, that's great. Took a photo. I'm gonna try to take more photos. Started doing that progress photo thing. Oh, that's the end of this sheet, right? Yeah. I'll take these off. I don't know what this is for. I started taking photos in our Millennium Falcon build, And now I'm going to do that at the end of every stream, but also when I finish building something, I'll do that. So there's some extra component stuff. There's some extra pieces for using this if you wanted to put it on a stand as a jet. There's some extra pieces for that, which is very helpful. But yeah, so that's our kit there. That is our real grade Wing Gundam. We're going to move on to the Solgaleo. So thank you for watching that part of it. We're going to move on. I'm going to box this up. Real grade kit goes away for now. And up comes the Solgaleo. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to tweet out some information here. I'll say it a few times, but so here is my Patreon. As I said, $5 plus backers get stuff the day before. Everyone else, all my archives, any other videos I make. All Patreon backers are going to get a Q&A that I'm recording tomorrow that I will post tomorrow as well for my $5 and $10, and then the $1 will get it on Monday. This is my Amazon wish list. This table was bought. This Solgaleo was bought on Amazon wish list. The wish list, like I buy a lot of kits. The wish list also keeps me going with kits, and then you can directly support me with my Ko-Fi or Coffee. Those are all the ways to support this stream. Give me a follow. Hey, you might not know this, but if you've never subbed to this channel, it's 20% off until January 6th. So if you want to use your hard-earned money, you can do that. If you want to use your Twitch token, you could do that. That's another way to support me, is to use your free coin thing, because you have Twitch Prime, because you have Amazon Prime, you can do that. Hey, if you've done that in the past, you have to renew it yourself manually. You have to resubscribe, because you can't do it automatically if you use a Twitch coin. If you use your hard-earned money, you can set to auto payment and auto renew. Or give me a follow. If you don't follow me on here, give me a follow so that you know when I'm streaming. That would be great. I'm going to tweet out that we are going to start this Pokemon kit. So we've done some Mega Constructs before, right? But we've never done, let me just send that out and tweet. We've never done a model kit for a Pokemon. So this is going to be a very short kit. There's only 2 sheets. There's two in a little bit, just one piece in this. So this is going to be really quick. But there's a bunch of stickers, and I'm going to try today to get these stickers to work for what we need to do. I'm going to do my best. No promises that I'll do all of them or they'll be good, but there's so much detail that's missing without them, right? Like the face, the paws, the flames. Like, it's going to look bad without it. So we're going to try. We're going to try to do it. Oh, yes, David points out that via Bear Cave emote that if you are a subscriber, then you get access to some emote of the Bear Cave done by Alexandra. Zandra. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty bare bones kit if I don't add stickers. So I'm going to try to add stickers. I did some sticker work in the Millennium Falcon, but those are decals, so like they're a lot easier. But yeah, this is a pretty basic kit. I'm gonna get a sip of water here. Pardon me. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Should actually be pretty fast, which is why we're gonna do the sniper. And get back to a master grade size, because this is a high grade, if anything, right? These are big, blocky pieces. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's not going to take long. So yeah, let's get started on it. Solgaleo is the evolved form of Nebby. Nebby is the cute little Pokemon that hangs out with your friends, and then in Pokemon Sun Moon, and then evolves depending on if you have Sun and Moon. If you have Sun like I did, you get Solgaleo, which is like a fire lion, which I think is very cool. And if you have Pokemon Moon, you get a bat thing whose name I can't remember, but it's a bat. All right, so we're gonna start building. We're gonna start assembling B9 and B10. Um, so this is pretty straightforward. I mean, this is a Bandai kit, so you know it's going to be a pretty straightforward build. This is, I would say, like a low impact, high grade kit. It's just that it has some sticker application as well, maybe more than high grades would normally have, because it is, instead of just a robot, it is trying to be an animal. I used Solgaleo quite a bit in my end game because it was a pretty strong Pokemon. So it took a slot eventually. Learns a bunch of stuff. It's got some cool psychic moves. I'm pretty into it. All right, so we assembled that one piece right there, and then we're just building up another thing. Yeah, so like I said, this should be pretty straightforward as kits go. Oh. Hmm. One of the things that's kind of weird about it is it labeled these B1 and this B2 instead of just calling it all B, and I'm not quite sure why it does that, but it does. So I don't know. I saw this kit on Amazon and thought, hey, this would be a fun thing to do, a change of pace. And then A12. Thought about signing up for Amazon Associates program. You can get a little bit of commission from folks buying stuff through Amazon Link. I haven't thought about that, David. That's certainly a thing that I should look into getting an affiliate thing on Amazon. I haven't thought about that, but that's honestly something I should look into, since I do purchase things on there and people use Amazon if they want to kick back a little me. That's something I should definitely look into. So I appreciate you bringing that up. So we'll put those aside there. We're going to put these over here. We assembled those pieces and not sure why yet. You know, still figuring it all out. All right, so we assembled this like this. Like this. Okay, great. Got it. So that goes here. Great. All right. You know, it's a model kit that snaps together. It's not. There's nothing so far looking pretty tricky about this. Oh, there's a sticker I could apply. Got a couple stickers that they want me to apply here. So maybe we'll try to do that. Let's give it a go. Why not? We'll see how this works. So 31 and 29 and 30. Yes. I don't know how that one goes on. I'm just kind of doing what makes sense, and then we'll kind of play it by ear as far as sticker application goes. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to buy your own stuff and use your own link. No, that would be for other people. That would be like, and I don't even know if that makes sense to do for my wish list. If I put stuff on my wish list and then had people buy through my associated account, I feel like that might be a no-no as well. So yeah, it's just stuff to think about. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I got to do the math about it. But yeah, I don't know if associated link makes any sense, so it might not be something I do. All right. Oops. Came right off. Applying stickers might not be something that I can do and talk, so that could be bad. Oh, I have to look up who got this for me. That does not look awesome. That looks bad. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look awesome. Whatever. And then, I don't even know how this is supposed to go. Here. Huh. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I see what it did. All right. Well, this looks okay, but not great. It doesn't look awesome, but it looks fine. I did want to say, hey, let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. I want to thank Robert Brandon, who bought this Solgaleo off my Amazon wish list. If you ever buy anything off my wish list, please let me know that you did so that I can say thank you, because sometimes people don't give notes. They don't leave notes, and I don't know that they have sent me something. So please let me know if you ever do buy anything off my Amazon wish list to give me notice on Twitter. Also, if you're building anything today, if you're working on any kits, if you're painting something, if you're working on anything in there, or you've been doing stuff on your own, on your own kits, let me know what you're doing. Send me a tweet about it so that I can give you a shout out on Twitter, because I always like knowing what people are working on. Some people work alongside, and some people just do stuff on their own time. And it's always cool to hear from you. It's also cool to hear from you all in general. Thank you for hanging out on this afternoon stream. It's almost 4 o'clock. We're about halfway done with our stream. We're going to go till 5 p.m. So this is not going to take an hour, I don't think. So we'll definitely start working on our sniper. I'm excited to build it. It was a cool looking kit that I purchased with my own money, because I just wanted to build it next. So I made that purchase, but it was actually something where I put up a couple options on my Patreon for my $10 backers and said, hey, $10 backers, if you want me to build something, let me know which of these you'd like me to build, and I'll pick one of them. And they picked the GS Sniper. So that was the next thing that I purchased. All right. So, alrighty, sticker application has not been the coolest thing I've done, but we're making do with what we've got, which is not much ability and not much patience. Did I put that on just wrong? Yeah, I did. This is one of those things where, like, I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not a sticker guy at all. And I bet there's aftermarket, because of course there's aftermarket. I bet there's a whole aftermarket of these kits for better paint jobs and better stickers, and that's something that I will leave up to the pros, because I am not a professional at anything, especially sticker application. Like, that doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look good. Important question: are there other kinds of beam swords in Gundam than the standard model? So, beam katanas are certainly a thing, but obviously my favorite kit, the Death Scythe, has a beam scythe. There's some beam, like, multiple kind of things. I think beam katanas, their beam swords, are probably the most prevalent. But yes, there are mostly looking like lightsabers, but there is a beam blade that comes out of the Death Scythe, which is a scythe, and which is my favorite kit. We've built a master grade Death Scythe Hell custom from Endless Waltz. At some point in the future, we will build more Death Scythes. Believe me, they're my favorite. So we'll build probably the original one, not the Hell. We'll probably build the original at some point pretty soon. It's on my Amazon wish list, and it's one of those things where I might just buy it just to buy it, because I want to build it. After the sniper, we're going to do some Lego building, because we have some Lego kits. We'll take a break from kits when I go visit my folks, and we'll do some mega constructs. That'll be when I'm original Gundam had a long shaft with beam ball with 3 points. Yeah. Um, yeah, the beam scythe is just rules. The death scythe, I mean, look, here's the deal. Gundam Wing, like I'd watched Char's Counterattack. I'd seen some Gundam stuff. Gundam Wing was the first Gundam show that I fell in love with, right? So completely fell in love with that show, wanted to know everything about it. But first Gundam that I really like truly was like this is the thing that I'm totally super into was uh, the Death Scythe, and it's like you've got a kind of like trash talking young kid wearing a priest collar who's not a priest. He's just doing it to be to be an edge lord. But Duo Maxwell, he's got a long ponytail and he rides a thing called the Death Scythe. Like, yeah, Pat Baer was going to get really into that. 100% super into that. All right, so we're building stuff here. We're building some, I believe, front legs here. Could be a back leg. And then we've got another sticker. Man, I'm kind of bummed how many stickers there are on this and how they didn't do it in paint. That I'm doing all the work for this. Because I'm not good at this. So I shouldn't be. I mean, if I wasn't doing stickers, this would take no time at all. But I'm trying to do some kind of sticker application here for you. So you can see what the stickers are like on one of these kits. That's not bad. All right, so we built that. And then we're going to build around it. There's a number of beam spears. Yes. Victory. Yes. You're right. Big metal. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird Gundams with weird weapons. I mean, I'm also into the big guns. I like that. I like a big, giant. We built that Gatling gun on the RX-785, and the thing that majorly appealed to me on that was the fact that it had some cool. What was I gonna say? Oh, that it had some cool applications of weapons. The weapons just looked rad, and I wanted them. All right, so we're working on this. This will be pretty straightforward. This build is really easy. There's nothing like too complex about it. Pretty straightforward as far as model kit builds go. It's just like me trying to do the stickers are the shocking thing, I would say. We're building a leg here, and then how does it want this leg to look? There's a sticker somewhere? Okay, and that's a 27, which is a wavy one. And it wants me to wrap it around. Yeah, that's not too bad. I gotta say, I haven't fucked this up royally yet. It's not gonna look clean or cool, but overall, it could look so much worse. Am I right? You know I'm right. I could really fuck this up, and I haven't yet. So that's been pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. So we got a front paw here. Snap that off. A 2. 11. Yeah, as far as like, kit things go, these pieces are big and bulky and certainly not tiny at all. It's pretty straightforward as far as builds go. And then it's all about the sticker application and not fucking that up royally. So we'll see if we can do that. What's going on over here in chat? You're back to the build. Thank you very much. Yes, let me know, Tanya. Let me know about PAX East. We'll talk about it. I got to start getting my stuff together for PAX East. I'm gonna do a bunch of streams. Y'all will see me do several things. So, obviously I'm going to do 404ing it. I'm going to do the improvised post-mortem because that went over really well at West. So I'll do that again. And I am planning right now. Nothing has been set in stone, but I am planning to do a Build with Bear workshop at PAX East. Nothing definitive yet, but I'm gonna try to do it as a panel. Instead of what I tried to do at West, which was just to stream on my own time. I'm not going to try to do that, and instead I'm going to try to do it as a panel, so it'll be filmed and people can watch it live. Yeah. Oh yeah, G Gundam has a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, and there's a beam whip that people have as well. Beam whips are a thing. All right, so we got one leg done. I kind of messed this up here because I was going a little fast. I'll do the other paws better, but it's still, I don't know. I'm pretty proud of any sticker application I'm doing just because that's not my jam. All right, so then we're going to do the back legs. But yeah, my thought is that I can do, I'll just tell chat. My thought is that I can do a panel for Build with Bear that is I'll get some of the Mega Constructs kits or something like similar, or get a small 200-piece Lego kit and shut that up. Oh, Quasar Joe, hello, welcome, thanks for joining. Yeah, my thought is that I can get a small kit and get a few friends and guests and do like a build off. Like I wouldn't even build on the stream. I would just be hosting and kind of moderating and keeping things going and keeping an eye on that and do like a speed build thing. That's kind of the idea that I've had. 26 as something that we could do for just like some kind of content to do live at a PAX East, and then it'll be a simple thing, right? I wouldn't have to bring a bunch of kits. I just bring like 2 little Lego kits, get some people to come and do it, and then just like treat it like a contest. That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know for sure if that's what's going to happen, but right now that is what's on my mind. But yeah, I'd like to get a few people. Maybe I'll do something with like a relay race. Like get 4 people and have 2 at a time, and then after every couple minutes or so, just be like switch and swap them out and do it like that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And then maybe, depending on how long that took, do a thing that I've never done at a PAX, which is a Q&A. Could like end with Q&A. My panels don't have Q&A, but I could see like if I got like a small kit, it would actually take like 20 minutes to build, and then I'd be like, oh no, now what do I do? So doing a Q&A would be a way to have some content filled and, have people ask questions about building while we're there and do all that. I think that would be kind of cool. So that's what I'm thinking right now. That could change. And also, League of Heels and 404ing it are things that I definitely have to do. Definitely. And so the other panels are things that like I'd like to do, but if I'm told, hey, you just submitted too many panels, then I would understand and not do a Build with Bear panel. I don't want to disrupt other panels that I would like to do just to do a new one. You know what I mean? Oh, adding to customization. Quasar, that's kind of interesting. That if I got the regular kits and then had them relay race build and then had a bunch of extra pieces and be like, okay, now customize this. That's actually really fun. And then we could have the second round be, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, Quasar Joe. I'm probably gonna steal that. Uh, Probably gonna steal that idea. The idea that like round one is build, round two is customize. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Just get a small little kit. Have each of them, teams build them, and then yeah, and then like put that all together and be like, all right, now customize it, and then have like round two be the customize. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a fun way to do it. That might be that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if these are going to get approved. I'm not really sure uh, what they're thinking as far as the many panels that I do. This is a 3 and this is 2. All right, so remember that. All right, so we're building our legs here. We're putting stickers as they come. We're doing everything we're supposed to do. Uh, this is a pretty fun little kit. I gotta admit. I was a little wary of all the stickers. When I opened it up, I realized how it was just white and black and yellow, and how all of the red and orange was on me. I got a little worried about it. But overall, it's pretty easy. Um, we haven't really talked about it, so we'll get into. There's nothing to report on the anime. As always, countdown to the new year and new anime continues because nothing that's out right now is interesting to me. And oh god, that's a bummer because I pay for anime, so I would like to get some anime that I like, but fortunately, that is not the case right now. I am now caught up on Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Yeah, it's really cute and good. It's a good romance story that is knowledgeable about uh, MMOs and leaving MMOs. It's like well researched and it's well done and cute, and I liked it a lot. Um, Love is like a cocktail. I've been saying praises for it, but that's a short one. It's a 3-minute episode per, but it's still cute as hell, and I'm a big fan of it. And yeah, I wish that Food Wars was better. Food Wars is not great. This season's not doing anything for me. I'll give it a rewatch when it's all done. I'll blow through all the episodes and maybe have a different opinion. I might be too harsh on it, but right now, not feeling it. All right, so this goes like this. This is the front one here. And we've got to put B2 and B8 and 7 on here. Yeah, if you're watching any anime, let me know if there's anything, or just TV shows. Pardon me, coughing right here a little bit. You have anything you're watching that you're like, oh man, this is the best. It's like I don't watch a lot of television these days. I just kind of watch appointment stuff here and there. Second season of Search Party, real good. Oh, hello, Wookins. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for popping in here on this weird afternoon stream. We're going to run till 5 p.m. We got another 50 minutes of stream left. We're working on our Solgaleo. It's a Pokemon with lots of stickers. For those who are just joining the chat, I saw the numbers spike a little bit there. So thank you for joining. Yeah, Search Party Season 2, I think it's all on TBS's website. If you don't have TBS in your cable package, you should be able to figure out a way to watch it on there. And Search Party's really good and compelling. I've been really into it. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, still real good. Love that show. I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody I know loves that as much as I do. But I really dig Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And Rachel, I know not super well, but I know pretty well. I know her husband very well. Her husband, Dan, did a lot of stuff at my theater. But I know Rachel pretty well, and she's a delight, and I'm very happy for her success. All right, so we put that sticker on kind of badly. A lot of stickers on this one, as I've said. And then we A2, 11. This one here. all comes together pretty well here. And 3. Whoop! Almost dropped it. Didn't drop it. But yeah, I have not been watching a lot of television these days. Watch some here and there, but not consistently, certainly. All right, so that goes in there, and then got to put this paw on here, 24. Just one of these paws. The first 2 episodes of Agent of Shields. Yeah, I jumped off. Yes, Wookins. Yeah, I have plans this evening, so I've been doing a 2-hour stream. It started at 3 p.m. Eastern time here, and I'm going till 5 p.m. Making up for only the hour I did on Thursday, and the fact that I have plans this evening, my time, so I did an earlier stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm seasons behind on Shield. That is a show that I gave up on. Um, that when it's all done, maybe I'll watch it. But yeah, I kind of just lost interest in that show. As always, I'm not mad if I'm not like I'm hopefully I'm never the guy that's like that show sucks. What are you doing? It just doesn't appeal to me, and so I'm not watching it. I also don't watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of internet stuff. I watch a lot of streaming. During the day, in the afternoon, in the evening when I'm not working and not streaming on my own, I watch a lot of internet stuff. That's kind of more of what my life is like. I don't watch a lot of television. And the same way that like there are streamers I don't watch that plenty of people, y'all included, probably love that I just like no like big time streamers that I'm just like I have no idea. Like I just learned who the trending gamer guy I like just learned about like a couple months ago. I have like zero context for that dude. Um because it's just like not on my radar. That guy was just not like uh I think I only got to know him because he got banned for a little while from PUBG uh by Brendan. It's the only reason I know anything about that dude at all. Because it's just like not in my wheelhouse, like not something that I'm paying attention to. Uh, yeah, I mean, in general, I got kind of turned off of the Avengers stuff with Hydra in in the comics, and then also in the cartoon, not the cartoon, the live action shows. I kind of just got kind of over it. All right, so let's add this band here, like that, and then just got to put our last. We're almost done. We got to put a paw on this, and then we'll be ready uh, with our main body. Oops, what did I miss? Oh, okay. I know which I missed. Like I said, somebody else is going to do a better job of this than I am, but I'm not a sticker person at all. So the fact that I'm doing it at all, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm also like, doing the best I can when it comes to sticker application. I apologize if I do stuff that's off camera. I'm trying to remember where it's pointed. I'm going to tilt it a little bit more so the build space is a bit better. I apologize that um, because like I said, I'm using this giant big old table thanks to Mr. Bob. Uh, and it may not seem like it's that big, but compared to the space I had previously, the workspace I was using, it's like the workspace I was using was like just not big at all. So this is pretty great, and I'm just still trying to get used to where all the cameras go. I loved having this overhead angle much more than tripod behind the table, tilted down. I think this is just a better angle for what I'm working with. Okay, so we now we're going to work on the mane and we're going to work on the head because we've done everything else. Okay, so we need A210, which is this one here. And okay. Yeah, I haven't watched any of Dexter's Respect from clips and stuff I've seen. It seems like really earnest dude. So the thing is, I appreciate at least that from what I can see, this is a person doing a character and like working hard on a character. Because I think what ends up happening a lot is people who suddenly became well known for streaming, they are like, what do this is just a character, because they just like they weren't expecting it. But like that dude seems to be like a guy doing a bit and everyone knows he's doing a bit and everyone's on the same page about the character, and then maybe sometimes he goes too far and it's bad, but it comes from a place of like performance and unknown performance, whereas some people are like playing it up for the camera. It's like I'm giving you, in my experience, like what I'm doing right now, this is Pat Baer, but it's turned up a little bit. It's performance, right? It's a little bit more of me than I am just in my daily life. I'm actually, this is not all what you see isn't necessarily what you get. I'm performing a little bit right now. But that's mainly because like this is a show. It's a stream and we're hanging out and everything's cool and I'm chatting with y'all. But it's still a performance. I'm still doing a show. It just happens to be me building and me being like pretty much me. But it's a little different than if I was doing a full character. If I was doing a full character that ran the show with like a voice and all that, then that'd be a different story. And what you see, it wouldn't be necessarily what you get. And I think that's a fine line, and a lot of people run into trouble because they try to hide behind that. They think they have to be, excuse me, they think they have to be on and a huge character, and they have to like be this bigger, larger than life thing because they suddenly have an audience, and they don't know how to just be themselves turned up a little bit. I think my favorite streamers are the people that are just like, just turned up a notch. Yes, Quasar Joe, it is a lot like wrestling personalities. But my favorite wrestlers are people who are just playing a version of themselves turned up to the nth degree. Sami Zayn is incredibly wonderful, nice person. Every interaction I've had with him, every interaction my friends have had with him, he's a genuine, awesome dude. And so when he plays a face, he's just even more nice. And when he plays a heel, everything is justified because he's feeling like he's not respected when all he did was respect everyone else. And it all comes from a real place. It's why he's so believable in the ring, to me anyway. One of my favorite streamers, Kate Stark, she's on twitch.tv/Kate. Shout out to Kate. Kate is just like an awesome person. Every interaction I've had with her off stream in real life, I've only known her this 2017, but she's been a phenomenally wonderful person and is a great person. And her streaming version of her is just like a little bit more amped, a little louder, but it's her. It is her. And that appeals to me way more than here's the character I'm playing. I mean, for good or bad, right? Like, say what you want about him. There's some definite issues with the dude. But like Kriparian or Crip, like that's that dude. That dude is that dude. When he streams, I 100% believe it. That's that guy. Doesn't pull punches. Isn't fake enthusiastic about things. It's realistic. Might not be. Is not a guy I would want to hang out with. I don't think. I don't think I would want to chill with Crip. But I respect that he is. That he is genuine when he's streaming. And that's kind of all I'm interested in. You gotta throw the showmanship in there. You gotta play the game, as it were. But oh man, that's a lot of stickers. Fuck. But I do respect him more that he is genuine, even if I don't necessarily like him as a person. And those are the kinds of personalities that I look for in streamers. Are like, I mean, I also like don't be fake British. If you're British, be British. Obviously, be who you are. Use your accent. But yeah, the whole like fake British accent or really faking the way you talk to more appeal to more streamers. Like, I'm not into that. I am into performance art. I'll say that. That is a thing that I am into. Uh, there's a couple streamers out there that there's this one streamer, she like spent time in America, and she was like an idol turned streamer. And it's awesome because like she's playing a very stupid character. I forget her name. I apologize. I don't remember her name. She's playing a really dumb character, but it's very clear that she's like a weird, smart person playing a very interesting, dumb character. She's in on the joke, and some of her audience isn't, and that's where it's actually a problem. Is the people that think they're taking advantage of her and don't realize that she is incredibly intelligent and knows what she's doing. That's probably the part that sucks about that. But in general, it's pretty cool to watch someone take command of a medium like Twitch and do something unique with it. Or Matt Gruscall, you do Australian? Yeah. He was just doing Australian. Wookins probably the Norwegian. Oh, certainly. I mean, everything's pretty homogenized. But I would say like use the voice you got. Like that's my advice. Like if you wanted to, if anybody here streams or wanted to get into streaming or does stream, like my overall point is to be yourself, and then be the version of yourself that is performing, that is on, that is not lying. I never say lie, but like, that is doing it for a crowd. You're doing it. It is a performative thing. Streaming like anything else, like podcasts, like anything. I would say I don't know if anybody here remembers the old 1UP days, but Shane Bettenhausen of Sony was playing a character. He was playing a PlayStation loving kind of character. He was upping it. And the thing is, that was in an era where there wasn't a lot of podcasts, and so people just thought he was being genuine. But he was doing radio. He was like playing it up. Garnet Lee is not that much of a devil's advocate, but as a podcast host, that was his gimmick. I would say modern context. I would say Vinny Caravella plays up on the Beastcast. He is often being disingenuous in playing up a role. He's turning up the Vinny character, who is just Vinny, but he's turning it up quite a bit. I mean, even Dan Reichert, to a certain extent. Dan just sometimes is more enthusiastic about things, but most of the time, Dan, from my understanding of it, and from following along and knowing Dan, Stream Dan is just Dan. Internet Dan is Dan. He occasionally knows what's going on and plays up things. I would say he is more aware than you would think if you only knew the internet version of him. And I think occasionally Jeff is more angry about a thing that he honestly doesn't really care about because it's fun. It's if Jeff is angry and having a good time, if he starts yelling and pounding the desk and having a good time, He doesn't really believe it. It's just more fun for a podcast or for a stream for him to take that approach. That is my observations when it comes to those people in the Giant Bomb shows. Yeah, Vinny is incredible. Like Vinny is occasionally incredibly frustrating, and I have to like stop myself and go, he's playing up something right now. He's playing an angle. He's playing with the space. He's playing with the people. I have to remind myself of that because I don't want to get actually mad at him. And then Abby's in a really unfortunate position where she can't be as playful as because Abby's a fucking great improviser. She's a very funny comedian, and it gets to be playful, but also, the fucking internet demands that she is genuine and honest and never exaggerating. Because even her opinions are second guessed and circumvented, and it fucking sucks because she's a woman on the internet with an opinion, so she doesn't get to have as much fun as everyone else, and it really fucking pisses me off because she's so funny and so smart and so on it, and we don't get to see that as much on the internet because of the fucking internet. And I don't mean to rant. And the other thing is that she doesn't even get a lot of it, right? Comparatively, she doesn't get death threats. She just gets like, because she's not as schooled on gaming as other people. Like it's really tough. It's very tough to watch like people just be complete garbage to her because she's like not as knowledgeable as some other people on staff, but doesn't pretend to be. Ugh, it's frustrating. Yeah, 'cause she's just like, and like, God, I can't imagine dealing with Vinny understanding of what you do and what your comedy is and what improv is, because Vinny is so fucking funny, but also like, Jesus, when he plays dumb, he plays so dumb. Oh God. Austin. Oh yeah, man. Um, I love Austin Walker. That's a dude that I want to hang out with more, want to spend more time with. Like, so happy that he came on board John Bob. So happy that he's at Waypoint. Uh, so happy that like, you know, he survived all that shit because he's just like such a smart dude and such a talented guy. Let's see here. And also like is just really funny and natural. He really is a natural talent. Doesn't have any comedy training that I know of. If he does have training, he has kept it a secret. I think he's just a naturally like funny performer, and I think Friends of the Table has helped with that a lot. And in general, doing tabletop games and board games has made him just such a good talent. Uh, that sticker did not go on as well as it should have, but I'm doing my best. All right, so that goes on there. I got to put a sticker on this thing. 5. Got to put this like no. Got to put Solgaleo's nose on. It's kind of weird doing a model kit of a organic life force, and trying not to fuck up its nose. That's a weird thing. That's not a thing I've thought of when it comes to model kits, is make sure I don't mess up the nose on this creature. Got here. Oh, I got something shipped to me. Yeah, the fact that Abby needs to be perfect is such a bummer. And it's frustrating because like she doesn't. Like, no, I'll tell you this. We'll compare it to Jan, the newest video dude over at Giant Bomb, who West Coast, who's clearly, you know, has played some games, knows what's going on, but isn't like as hardcore. And I guarantee you, people are just like, Oh, thank you so much for coming in and helping Jason out. We're so happy that you're here so that Jason doesn't have to work as hard. And no one's just being like, well, does this fucking dude know games? Does he know games? Like, I'm sure he's got some of it, but he definitely doesn't have it to the degree that Abby has gotten. There's no way in hell that he's gotten as much bullshit as she has, or even Ben, because we know Ben, right? Ben was an intern, so we know him and we know everything about him, and we might not agree with him in every aspect, but he's not getting shit uh, from people as much. He probably is. Everyone is. Oh yeah, I mean the running gag that Brad is bad at video games is universally from people that don't play video games on a stream. I guarantee you that no one that says that Brad is bad at games has ever done a quick look at the style that he's done. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way that has happened, because if you've done a stream like that, then you know how fucking hard it is. You 100% know how hard it is to do any kind of stream like that. And I mean, I'm fucking putting stickers on a thing, and I'm having to be like, okay, and talk about this, and breathe, and talk slower, and what did I want to say? And I'm just putting stickers on a model kit. I can't imagine like playing a game that, one, I don't know the mechanics of, because of the nature of the beast. I don't know all the parts of it. Like, I can't imagine doing that and being good at it. All right. So let's do A12. 1. Putting little tiny stickers on this, and I don't know quite why. I mean, honestly, Ben is the anime editor. Jokingly, Brad is the anime editor, but in real life, Ben is the anime editor. Like, they got an anime editor when they hired Ben. Also, Brad's not leaving until Brad leaves. I will say this, as a friend of Mr. Shoemaker, and a fan of Mr. Shoemaker, I wish that he went to Apex this year. He didn't go to either East or West, and I know it was a bummer, and it's fine because they got a big team now. But I love seeing that dude. I don't like that I didn't see him in 2017. That's a bummer. I hope he goes out to something next year. I'll try to get him on a podcast, or try to get him on a live show or a panel or something, giving him incentive. I know he came out to West. One of the reasons he came was because he did 404ing it, and it's probably too soon to have him do it again. But I should definitely try to get him to come out, because also other people want to see him too. It's not just me. It's not just me being selfish, although it is also me being selfish by wanting to hang out with that dude, because that dude rules. All right, let's check it in the chat here. Oh yeah, I mean, everyone's self-aware to a certain extent and plays it up. It's part of the performance. And Brad is aware of how people feel about Brad. To a certain extent. Brad understands how people feel about him in criticizing. Brad refuses to acknowledge 100% how much motherfuckers love Brad Shoemaker. He didn't think that, it sounds like anyway, from what I hear, that he didn't think that a Team Brad shirt would sell, which is crazy because I would have bought that immediately, because I am Team Brad. I'm definitely on Team Brad. And I think he kind of downplays how loved he is and respected he is, which is a shame. Because I think that, he just doesn't want to acknowledge, or can't acknowledge, how people feel about him, which is a bummer. All right, got a face here. We're gonna put a face on. We're almost done with this kit. I knew this wouldn't take an hour, or even a half an hour. So let's slide this on here, and then we'll add one more thing, and then we'll be done. Give me a second here. This seems to be the hardest part, is getting this face on. Doesn't seem to want to go on. We'll get it on, though. Have I said Brad too much, Prencher? I apologize. Mr. Shoemaker. I'll call him Mr. Shoemaker for a moment. Give you a chance to reacclimate to the word. Oh, the Brad is memeing. Yeah, Brad is leaving meme is like one of the oldest giant bomb memes there is. Like everyone understands that it's not real. I mean, on staff and that people aren't like actually speculating. Although some people, I'm sure, are every time there's an announcement. It's like countdown to someone saying Brad is leaving. That is part and parcel of the thing. In the same way that I'm sure there are people that don't like, that wish Jeff Bakalar wasn't on the Beastcast because they want to hear more from Vinny and Alex. And the same way that people were like, Alex is on the staff now. He's not just at screen. What's going on? And people that hated Patrick and hated Austin and didn't want them on, that feel weird about that. They want their regulars. There are people that were incredibly bummed when Vinny moved to New York and angry when Dan came on and all that shit. Like, that's it. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. I want my friends who do stuff on the internet to be happy and to continue to do stuff on the internet and earn a living. All right. That's Solgaleo. That's it. We did all the stickers. We did all of it. We're done. That's it. That's our Solgaleo. That was a really easy, quick build. We're gonna go to 5 o'clock tonight, so we're gonna start our next build. But I'm gonna take a photo of this. But yeah, that's Volar, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, these are real easy bits. Really simple. This thing, this model kit was a real easy one to do. I'd love to probably do another one of these someday. I'll pick up another one or put them on my wish list or something. But yeah, that's a real simple one. This is like a high grade, really. So I'm going to take a photo of this. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Alex was that Alex was around for a really long time, but like did Screened, and you kind of had to know Screen to know Alex. And then he would pop in, and people would be like, I don't know who this is. I don't know what's going on. Which I understand. They didn't know him like I knew him. And I also think that like living in New York instead of San Francisco, we've gotten a different version of Alex. We got a much more like chill, relaxed, like happy Alex. As happy as Alex can be in New York rather than San Francisco, because I think he's happier here. All right, I'm gonna take this head off because it doesn't want to fit in the box right as is. So I'm actually gonna take apart this Solgaleo and put it away. All right, that's the end of that kit. We've got a little more time. Oh yeah, I mean, Screened was. Here's the thing: Screened was always going to be always going to be the overlooked child. Like, it didn't have. Tested was the name Tested, and having good hosts, and that was the sell. And Screened wasn't wanted, right? And that's a bummer. Because Screened was cool, but also like incredibly hard to monetize. I'm sure was not a good investment. But I did like it. Yeah. Now it's nothing. It's a bummer what happened to it. Yeah. Comic Vine is like still going. It's a thing. It's still Comic Vine is still where a lot of people go to find things about comic book heroes. It's still a great database. So all right. So here we're gonna do. We've got 20 minutes left. We're gonna start our sniper. I'm gonna put the box here. We're back to master grade. We're gonna do this GM Sniper 2. It's a mobile suit. It's a lot of sheets here. It's we're gonna have some beam weapons. Of course, we have a sniper rifle. Of course, I'm gonna put the beam stuff aside because we're not gonna get to that today. We're not gonna get to much today, really. I'm gonna tweet out that I'm working on this kit so that people know what the deal is. So let me tweet out right now. Let's do that. We're back to doing master grades. I'm excited about this. Oh, yeah, well, Ronald, do you hate Brad for you playing so much Dota, or do you hate yourself? All right, so let me just tweet out that we're working on this. That we're working on the GM Sniper. Go over here. Solgaleo was a quick build. And tweet now. It's time to start the GM Sniper. Great. I have not done a 2-hour stream before, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's so nice having you all here in the chat. You've been great. Thank you very much. I will let this. JM 06, thank you for following. I apologize for this for the camera right now. Freaking the fuck out. Let me see if I can get to a page and have it not freak out so much. Okay, we seem to be pretty good. It was really freaking out. Yeah. So, Quasar, I can't speak for anybody about the relationship between Adam and Jamie. I know that the original idea of having tested for them was because they didn't own the name MythBusters. The MythBusters was a show that was pitched in Australia. They came on as hosts. There was they never had, it was never their show. So the idea was eventually they'd have something, a home for them after the show. And then I think while they were doing tours, and now it's mostly just Jamie's thing or Adam's thing, and Jamie has other things he's working on. That's all speculation, and from what my understanding is, I don't have insider information. But I mean, I think Adam has said that he and Jamie like worked well together on Mythbusters, but don't have plans to like work together in the future. So it's kind of like Adam's internet home is seemingly what that is now. That's just my understanding. I don't admit to know all the details, but that seems to be the thing. Was that they came together to do that show, and their differences made it a better show, but didn't make it them want to work together forever. Let's see here. Universal Century Timeline mixing a Gundam is just being called a Gundam. Yep. So this is the old Sniper 2. This thing's got a cool weapon. It's got a shield. I love a good shield on a kit. It's a master grade kit, which means that we've got a big old box and a whole lot of pieces, which I'm excited about. And it's going to take a long time to build, which is I'm also very excited about. We're starting with the body instead of starting with the legs, which a lot of these kits, a lot of times with these kits, you're going to start with the legs. But I wanted to get this started. I wanted to do the full 2 hours. So I figured we're going to go till 5 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll pick up where we left off on this kit next Thursday, normal time at 9 p.m. Eastern. And do a normal stream then, and then we'll continue where we left off when we pick up there on Thursday. But this will be a good one. Looking at this here. All right. Yeah, a lot of little pieces kind of connected together, put together something bigger than the sum of its parts. And we got a couple cool weapons on it. And it won't be a traditional Gundam, which as mentioned is just like the branding. Yes, Mr. Bob, you're right. That depending on the show, you never know what is a Gundam and what isn't a Gundam, and what's just a kit. But in traditional shows. This thing is cool. I'm excited about this. I think the machine gun's cool. I think the beam sabers are cool. I think the sniper rifle isn't the biggest weapon in the world. I mean, I like a good big weapon, but it's still this is still really cool looking kit. So I'm excited to build it. Um, all right, so we're gonna do that. One of the things that's kind of cool about this kit is it says the front, and it points an arrow at where the front would be. So if you know what piece you're building and what direction it should be, you know if you're adding something to the back or the front of it, which I think is a cool touch. We need some H, and we need an F9. Okay. F9, some H's. Right. 22 and 28. Favorite era. So like I enjoy I personally, when it comes to Gundams, I really I like the self-contained side stories. I mean, that's kind of what I'm more into. So Gundam Wing is my favorite, but I like G Gundam a lot. I think Gundam X is its own kind of universe, but trying to tell a mainline Gundam story. It's kind of a throwback in a way that I think is really fun. I've not super into Orphans. I like Orphans. I'm not like super uh, like a super fan of it. But I do like the show. Um, but yeah, I think that like mid '90s, late '90s era is really interesting. I think like I would love to see another version of G. I mean, Fighters Build Fighters is kind of another generation of G. I would love to see G that is not as racist. Uh, that like took cultural appropriation and like kind of like shifted and tried to be true to different nationalities, um, and seemed to have some sort of respect for those nationalities. I would love to see a second take of G that isn't just like, I don't know, you're from this country, so your Gundam looks like this, right? Like, oh man, this sucks. Sometimes some of that stuff sucked, um, and some of it was very cool, but yeah, overall, I would love to see a version 2 of G Gundam. Oh, big joke. Uh, Turn A. You know, Turn A's not bad. I'd have to watch it again because it's been a while since I saw Turn A Gundam. I remember very much liking it at the time, but I have not seen it in quite some time. So that goes on this, and that goes. Wait. Mm. Oh, that's kind of cool. This thing's got a kind of an interesting framework to it. Uh, Lots of cool little components. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Uh, we're building the body here. That's actually really neat. It just comes together in a cool way. So we need H23, 27. Yeah, Turn A is interesting. The art design isn't necessarily that great, but I think the storyline was cool. Of course, it's been a while since I watched it. I'm sure my opinion would change. Uh, and as much as I give it shit uh, for being so goddamn racist and weird, which it is, I still, part of me still fucking loves G Gundam. Like I said, I think there's like, I just love the idea of a doing the old anime martial arts tournament, but you're doing it with Gundams and Gundams representing different parts of the colonies and the different like ethnicities. I just wish that it was like done with a little more care, I guess I should say. But I think there is a way to do that show that would be like not awful for that and tell that story. That story is pretty cool. And it's like, I don't know, tournament fighters. You get introduced to a character, they got a cool, unique weapon, Gundam. You're into it. They lose. They're a hero. We'll move on. Right? It's like a good, easy framework. Episodes are about the fight, and you get to learn the characters. And then a couple of the characters come back in different incarnations, and you see them again. Because they've got something to do in the storyline. I don't know. There's something about it that works for me. Right. And let's put this here. And gotta remember to do this more straightforward. I apologize. I'm used to working back here when I had a tiny table. Now I don't have a tiny table. I can work over here. I've got to get used to that. Apologize. Yeah. Turn A is closer to being a regular anime than just another Gundam show. Yeah, I think Turn A was trying to do some of the stuff that also like the new type kind of like alien mysticism kind of stuff is like is stuff that I like, but isn't something that I'm like super into, and I think other people have said that better than I can, that like the new type like stuff, like basically the extent of it is that like in Wing is that Hero Yui can use the system and one other person can. Like the prototype Wing system is that, you know, a new type will be able to handle and regular people couldn't. He can handle. And that's different from other series, which kind of get into that new type situation. Right. Not a lot of rubber pieces in here. Now, you know, a lot of times in the master kits, you're going to get a lot of rubber. There doesn't seem to be too much rubber in this one, which is interesting. B7. All right, let's find B here. It's also weird. There's no gold. That's the thing that I want to point out that maybe we haven't even occurred to anybody. There's no gold in any of these sheets. This kit has no gold or yellow. And almost every model kit we've done, I think every model kit we've done, not most, every model kit we've done, except for the Master Gundam. Master Gundam didn't. But every Gundam we've done has like a lot of gold. And so it's kind of weird to have a kit that doesn't. These colors are so good. I'm not complaining. All right. Another one of the super anime mechs. I love this. Yes. All right. So we're putting this on here. Gotta put this on. There. This is going to be a couple weeks of building, obviously. The 23rd, I will be in South Carolina, and I will do some Pokemon model kits. Also, on the 23rd, I'm going to do a raffle for my subscribers. We'll be able to anyone that's a subscriber will be eligible to win the 3 Pokemon Mega Constructs that I've done. The 2 I did in Philly, the one I did earlier than that. Those 3 are going to be up for somebody to win, and that's going to happen on the 23rd. I'll run that, and it's just for anybody who's a subscriber. So if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do it. Also, subscriptions are 20% off. So that's an excellent time to jump in on that. You can give a follow. Gifts subscriptions are also 20% off. So if there's someone in your life that you think would be into this, you could gift them a month, and they would be able to come and watch me. I'm packing up because we're wrapping up for the day. We just got this started, but we're gonna do a lot more building on this kit, obviously, for a couple weeks. So yeah, subscriptions are on sale. I'm gonna do a drawing of for my subscriber base. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's links in the show description for my Patreon and my Amazon wish list. I put that in the chat, but I will put that back in now. I'm just going to put the Amazon wish list here in chat as a way for people to support. There's some kind of cool stuff there. Oops. Don't mind that. I put the wrong thing in chat. Chat, I put the wrong thing in there. I put the tweet that I put out. That was the wrong cut and paste. Here's my Amazon wish list, chat. Here is my Patreon for y'all to take a look at. Tomorrow I'm filming a Q&A that patrons can send me questions. I've got about I got 4 questions so far. I'd love a few more. And this is my Ko-fi. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, you can buy me a coffee. So it's probably coffee instead of Ko-fi. But those are the ways to support. I want to thank you for joining me. This has been a very fun 2 hours. I've never done a 2-hour stream before like this. It was helpful that we did a very easy to put together kit that was mostly stickers. And this thing is going to take a little while. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Jam. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You use your Twitch Prime. That's right. You can use your Twitch Prime, and it's you just have to renew yourself. But thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing it next week. Normal times for both days, Thursday and Saturday. So it'll be in the evening again. The following week, I'll be doing a Wednesday stream instead of that Thursday, but that's all going to be information on my twitter.com/PatBaer. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I'm off to a Christmas party. I'm going to go trudge the snow and then get my party on. Thank you all for joining, because I didn't know if anyone was going to come. Obviously, a lot of you came here towards the second hour, so maybe in the future, if I do these, I'll do 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern instead of 3 to 5. But yeah, thank you for coming out, and have a great weekend.